Hello, students. The chapter Separation of Substances is started. I told you about mixtures and pure substances. Now, the next topic is hand picking. The method of hand picking is used to separate those mixtures where one of the components is in small quantity. When one of the component of the mixture is smaller than the other, then we use this process called hand picking. This method is usually used to separate undesirable substances such as small stones from wheat, rice, and pulses. This process is done when one of the components is in small quantity. For example, small pieces of stones are separated from wheat, rice, and pulses. The pieces of stone are picked up from the grains by hand, one by one, and thrown away. Now, sieving. A shallow vessel having small holes at its bottom is called sieving. Here, the picture of a sieve is given. Sieving is used to separate those solid mixtures which have components of different sizes. It contains wheat bran and small stones also. When we try to separate these components from wheat, then we use sieving. Bigger particles remains in the sieve and smaller particles go down and collect in a vessel kept below. See, this is how sieving is done. The person is holding a sieve and some wheat brought from the market is poured in that sieve. The person has to move his hand back and forth. The smaller particles will pass through the small holes present in the container and bigger particles will remain behind. Magnetic separation means separation of a mixture by using a magnet. Magnet attracts iron objects but do not attract any other objects. This property of iron is used to separate it from a mixture. If a mixture contains iron as component, then we can separate iron objects with the help of this magnetic separation. We can use this magnetic separation to separate iron fillings from a mixture of iron fillings and sulfur powder. In this case, we use horseshoe type magnet to separate iron fillings from sulfur powder. Iron fillings get attracted towards the poles of the horseshoe type magnet, but sulfur powder do not get attracted towards the magnet and remains behind. Separation of scrap iron. Waste materials supplied to factories contain a number of scrap metals including iron. So in factories, scrap iron is separated from the heap of waste materials by using big electromagnets fitted to a crane. Crane fitted with electromagnet is used for this purpose. When a crane fitted with a powerful electromagnet is lowered on the heap of waste materials, then the scrap iron objects present in the heap cling to the magnet. The crane is then moved up and away to drop these scrap iron objects at a separate place. This process is repeated for several times to achieve complete separation. In this way, scrap iron is separated from the heap of waste materials.